This is a behind-the-scenes episode of Burning Edge. We recorded a series of these where each set of two players talk to each other in character to help the players find their character's voice. So, Thumper, Cat once lost her stuffed cat toy named Soft. Where did you find it, and how did she respond when you returned it to her?
A stuffed cat toy.
Cat, would you like to explain why you're such a fan of Soft?
Oh, for sure. So, she's ashamed she has it, but it means a lot to her. And that's why it was actually given to her a while back when she was fresh out of the vat, and she's kind of kept it since.
So this is like a stuffed doll that is in the shape of a cat. This is not a little mouse-shaped thing that's stuffed with catnip, like a cat toy.
No.
Okay, I had to ask.
A stuffed cat, like a stuffed teddy bear.
Who gave it to Kat when she got out of the vat?
Oh, they all got one. It was proven to be more developmentally productive if they were all given an item to have an attachment to.
Does it have catnip in it?
It might have it first.
It just wore off?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think in my head of, it's like, okay, this type of item exists for this person. How would they plausibly lose track of it in such a way that it could actually be recovered?
Oh, likely misplaced it.
Or maybe Mr. Garrow thought it would be hilarious to hide it.
Oh, that's likely. Maybe he threw it out a window or something.
So, thrown out a window. All right, so basically just finding it on the way into the building to basically come in for work, probably. And it's like, that doesn't belong here. There's nobody around here who that would belong to. I'm going to grab that just because this strikes me as a little odd, and there's probably one person who I regularly interact with who that might have anything to do with. And if not, it'll be funny, because they're like a cat person, a cat toy. It's like, that totally makes sense. So, has a toy basically tucked into one of the pouches that she would have on her just for carrying things for doing her job. Basically an empty magazine pouch or something. So next time she would run into Cat, basically pop that off and it's like, hey, ever see something like this? Because I imagine she hasn't been terribly public with this thing's existence.
No, it's like a secret, an embarrassing secret.
It's like, hey, ever see anything like this?
Catherine does a double take and immediately almost starts to cry. Where did you find it?
Outside. Like, literally, I'm just on the way into the building.
She, tries to extend her arms to take it from, give, please, with her arms.
Cassandra just kind of gives a gentle toss towards the outreaching arms.
Catherine snatches it out of the air and kind of half hugs it to herself. Like, she's glad to have it back, but is embarrassed to show that.
Mm-hmm. Cassandra is halfway between the initial joking grin that she had coming in and a more concerned one. It's like, oh dear, I might have just made a joke I should not have made.
Thank you.
So that's yours then?
Yeah.
Okay, that's sure some sort of...
Technically, it's Mr. Garrow's, but that's me.
I mean, yeah, it's when things is. I mean, it's assigned to you. We'll go ahead and say that, I guess. So it's a thing you're usually accompanied to having in access. Let's put it that way. That's a good correct way to put it, right?
Sure.
Okay.
She gives it a squeeze and then walks over to a cabinet, opens it up, puts it in, and closes the cabinet.
Uh-huh. So you have a lot of things like that, or just the one?
No, just the one.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem, Cat. Yeah, and it's like what was clearly meant to be a bit of humor initially from Cassandra has just been completely thrown off the rails for her as she's like, oh dear, I'm walking into something skeevy here. Not sure how to process. So, just the one.
Yeah.
It's like you'd have or her or he, I didn't really look, have a name?
I call them soft.
Softy?
Just soft.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they seem like a soft. Yeah?
I know it's stupid, but when I was learning how to speak, I related the word with the
Oh yeah,
texture. of the.
So an early success.
Sure, yeah. She smiles.
Yeah. I can imagine that being prominent. Yeah. I kept the soccer ball from the first goal I ever made for a while, and then the team kind of wanted that back. They were a little miffed.
You play sports?
Not really anymore. I mean,
Have you ever played Urban Brawl? She's currently excited about this now.
but yeah. When I was younger, yeah, just some of the soccer, European football, grass field, run around, striking a roughly spherical, fairly firm ball with your feet and head, and just literally anything but your hands, unless you're the goalie. Never was the goalie. I was midfielder.
Do you watch sports?
Yeah. I still watch, of course. I mean, it hasn't quite been the same since the third time that Manchester United got bought out, but what are you gonna do?
I mean, like, interesting sports, like Urban Brawl.
I mean, haven't really gotten that much into that. Does kind of seem like my thing, but I've just never really looked up to good dates to start watching that. I mean, you've got to get started on one of the end of the seasons, right?
I mean, it's. I don't know. You can if you want. I just kind of watch it whenever it's going on. And she starts messing with her comm link to try to bring up a thing. And she sends it to Cassandra, a link where the Urban Brawl stream, basically.
Chief starts just bringing up ARO to check it out. Makes a few motions to keep the image off to the side so she could still see what Kat's doing as she's looking at whatever the current stream is. Like, oh yeah, that's some nasty stuff. And she says the word nasty, but she's smiling. She's like, oh yeah, that's good stuff.
I know. Yeah, it's fun to watch. I mean, I kind of feel bad when a player I like dies, but it's very fun to watch, at least. And she smiles, kind of looking down at her comm link, seemingly relieved that the conversation has drifted from where it had started.
So you got any current favored players, people I should be watching?
Oh, I like Janessa. She's pretty cool. She's like, so she uses a really old gun too. Like, it even uses like a
vintage piece, or
and it like has the bit that comes out of the shell, and it's, I don't know, it's cool to watch. She fires and like the shells go everywhere.
It's like, yeah, that's some nice stuff. And yeah, it gives a bit more show to it.
I like little things like that kind of vintage stuff. I think it's cool. What about what kind of stuff do you use? I know that you're a bodyguard for.
Oh, I mean, I just use pretty much the standard fare. I mean, a good chunk of what I'm originally was trained to be supposed to do was, be the first one to punch into a room. So I use a shotgun primarily, but I mean.
What shotgun?
Oh, Frank G. Spaz 24. I've got a fair amount of stuff I've slapped on it with, when I could get the budget to buy some more components or get the armor to actually slap them on for me. It's nice to be able to have a proper decent sight and something to keep it from trying to bash my shoulder apart every time I fire maybe some slightly higher loaded munition. Not that I've got anything like that currently. That stuff's expensive.
So you don't have them smart linked then?
Yeah, I have them smart linked.
Catherine nods. For someone who seems like a normal person, she seems to have a lot of interest and knowledge of guns.
Which, Cassandra's going to be readily able to talk shop in far as it applies to her specific branch of the occupation. Yeah, the shotgun's great because, it gives you all sorts of options. It's like you need to get in that particular room, but, it's locked. And, well, if it's a relatively weak door, you just blast away those hinges, smash your way in, start messing things up, disturb the enemy. It's great. And then, If their client is being threatened by the possibility of ghouls or rioters or whatever soft targets, just change the choke settings, slide in a few flechettes, and the problem basically solves itself. Shotguns are where it's at. But, when you do need a backup, there's the tried and true stairs. TMPs, sure, it's a small caliber, but when you can vomit that much lead, who cares?
Catherine nods slowly. It's almost like she has more she wants to say, but doesn't. Just listening to the conversation.
Meanwhile, Sandra is abruptly running out of things that she regularly uses herself. So she's kind of shuffling a bit awkwardly. And she's like, well, yeah, I mostly wanted to show you that thing, and that worked out. Oh, and it was nice talking to you, but I better get back to clocking in for the shift.
Yeah.
You know how it is.
Sorry, didn't mean to keep you.
Yeah, no, it's fine, kid. It's fine. Good day to you.
Bye.
And she walks off to clock in properly.
I am DG7-C-S open bracket A close bracket -C4T13, and I am played by Tempest.
I'm Quor, and I play the former corporate security turned Shadowrunner, Thumper.